Hello and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Tuesday the 23rd of February 2021. Terrible figures in the news today as America has breached the 500,000 mark of COVID-19 related deaths. It's so impossible to imagine. It's so difficult to imagine. Terrible loss of life. I believe the city of, I think it was Miami, has fewer than 500,000, 460 odd thousand or something like that. Can you imagine a whole city had disappeared? I mean, we might try to get some idea of the scope. I hope that America is going to investigate what happened and how so many people were allowed to die, because I think that you compare the responses in the US against responses in many other countries, and it's done a terrible job. And you have things like negligence to consider. And can you imagine that Trump, because he's such a vain man, didn't want to wear a face mask? I mean, that's really it. The fact that he just is so vain, and didn't want to be seen wearing a mask. I'm sure that's the main reason why he wouldn't wear a mask to begin with, and then afterwards it just kind of took off in a stupid fashion. Anyway, let's hope no more people die. And so on to our Sudoku puzzle, which today has been given the title of Medium. I'm not sure how much accuracy we can ascribe to our friends at the Guardian and their levels. It's been rather haphazard in matching levels, but anyway, let's hope it's something like a medium. So what's the first thing I notice? I notice a 4 goes here. If you did not notice that, you might be wondering why, because you're an easy level player. So let's just quickly find out the reason why. Sudoku is a game where we put numbers 1 to 9 in each of the squares within each segment, and we also put numbers 1 to 9 in each column and in each row. Okay, so down and across and within a segment. Oh dear, my neighbour's out early this morning. And when we extend this 4 down this column here, and 4 down this column here, and 4 across this row here, we'll see there's only one place a 4 can go. So we'll fill it in now. Similarly, when we bring this 3 down this column, 3 down this column, 3 across this row, and a 3 across this row, we will see blocked down here, 3 is blocked here, 3 is blocked here. So a 3 will have to appear here, like so. My neighbour is really enjoying herself. There's a 2 in this row here and a 2 in this column here, meaning 2 is going to appear in that square there. The 5 cuts across this top row here, leaving only one square available, so 5 is going to be here, like so. 9 blocks this square, so 9 is here, and the last remaining number is 3, so it's a bit of a quick start to a medium level puzzle. Maybe it will get more difficult as we go along. My name is becoming very animated over something or another. Okay. Maybe that was it. Maybe that was the easy bit they gave us in the middle, and then tell us to look out for more difficult stuff later. There's a 6 in this row, 6 in this row here, so 6 blocking here, 6 blocking here, 6 has to appear there. We don't yet have a 1 in this row. 1 blocks this square here, so 1 has to appear here like this. The last remaining number in this row is 4, so we can fill that in there. Okay, I've noticed something. There's a 9 in this column here, 9 in this column here, and a 9 in this row here. So we are blocking 9s, and blocking 9s. And we'll stick a 9 up here. And when we do that, I think that will help us put a 9 here. Because if you imagine 9 blocks this column here, so that square is blocked. But also in this segment here, 9 blocks these two squares, so 9 will be either here or here. So we're also blocking right up here. So imagine blocking here, and blocking here, and blocking this top row, and blocking this row. So 9 has to appear in the central square of that segment there. Time to start looking around the board, I think. See what I'm missing. Well, okay, 2 in this column, 2 in this column, so 2 up here, 2 up here, meaning a 2 has to appear there. And now there's only 1 square remaining in this, and it's walking across the Sudoku puzzle, 1 square remaining in this column, which is 7, I believe. Okay, so we'll fill that in now. The 8 that we extend down this column here now means there's only 1 possible location, 1 remaining square, so 8 will have to go in there. Okay, we haven't faced any great difficulties so far. Sudoku does occasionally let you get quite a long way in and then suddenly throws a difficult challenge at you. I'm not sure this is going to be one of those, but it may turn out to be like that. Nine in this column here, 9 in this column here, and we don't yet have a 9 in this segment, so blocking 9s here, that has to be a 9 there, doesn't it? And similarly, when we bring that 9 that we just used, just inserted right across this column, blocks this row here, across this row, sorry, blocks this row, there's a 9 in this column here, and so a 9 can go there, and I think that is the last remaining 9. I do believe so. This 5 comes across this row now, blocking those two squares, so 5 is going to appear here like that. The 8 now prohibits an 8 from appearing here, so 8 will be in this square, 7 will be the last number in that column, sorry, in that segment. I'm trying to not fill in pencil marks. I always try to leave them as long as possible. I don't despise using them or anything like that. It's just that I generally find that the fewer you have, the easier the puzzle is to solve, and so I tend to not fill in candidates until I really need to. But there's always a point where, in most cases, there's anything above easy level, you usually come to a point where you go, okay, now is the sensible time to fill in candidates. And I'm probably getting there. It probably is a sensible time to start filling in candidates, I should think. And there are I can see a lot of pairs to fill in, so I should probably get to it. I'm just trying to think of what's the most fruitful. I'm not sure, so I'll just go ahead and do this. Okay, so here we are missing 1 and 4, so I'll fill in the pair 1 and 4 here. Excuse the traffic noise. 3 and 8 are our missing pair along here, so let's just write those in. There's a pair of 1s here. Okay, this 1 comes down this column, 1 down this column, so leaving a pair of 1s here and here. 5 blocks this square, so within here we have a pair of 5s. I'm just looking for pairs at the moment because I think that's the easiest. 7 down here, 7 across this row, so 7 appears as a pair here and here. 8s across this top row here and 8s across this middle row here, leaving 2 possible options for 8. I should work out these numbers, shouldn't I? So this is 1 and 6, I believe. 1 and 6. 1 and 6. That used to be money in England. And before decimalisation, 1 and 6. 1 shilling 6pence. Missing numbers are... well, actually, now we've got this 3 intersecting here, so we can fill in the 3 up here, and the last remaining number is 7, so we can fill that in there. Three is going to be this number here, because we are blocking this street. Oh, sorry, take that back. Take that back. I missed it. There was actually a 3 in this column already. So we don't know. 3 is a pair here or here. Okay, so there's a 3 across this column, 3 across this row, 3 across this row, and 3 in this column. So 3 will be a pair there. Let's bring this 4 down here, blocking this column, 4 across this row, 4 across this row, so 4 exists as a pair here or here. Five in this column up, 5 in this column up, and a 5 across the middle, meaning 5s are here. I wonder if it's looking like a medium puzzle. Maybe. It still could be an easy puzzle. I suspect it's not going to be a really difficult puzzle, but I could be proved wrong. I'll reserve judgment on that. I've just noticed the other missing number here is 6 in this row here. 8, 5 and 6 are the missing numbers, and we have a 6 intersecting here. So therefore 6 has to be a pair here, meaning I can get rid of that 5 now, because if it's exclusively 8 or 6, it can't be anything else. And so the 5 will appear there, and that has to be a 5. And if we bring that 5 down here and that 5 down that column, and there's a 5 in the lower row already, we'll see 5 must go there. Okay, we can see that 2 is not allowed in this cell here, and so 2 will be a pair here and here. The missing numbers there are 6 and 7. I think we don't know just yet which is which, so we'll hang on for that. Okay, still looking around. Actually, maybe it is a medium puzzle, because it's taking me a little while to do. So I think it could well be a medium level puzzle. Let's come up here, 1, 6, 8, 6. So okay, I'm gonna have to start filling in more candidates, I guess. So I think that does take it to a medium level. Okay, that's good. More interesting, I think. So where to begin? Well, I don't think it matters much, but I'll just begin up here. So we've got a pair of 4s up here. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks this column here, so the last remaining squares are there. 5 we have already. 6 along this central column, but nothing intersecting here, so I'm going to put 6 as a candidate in 3 squares like that. 7 blocks this square only, and so I'm going to put 7 like this. My own way of notating pencil marks is to put pairs in the top left and anything else in the bottom right, just to make it easy to find the pairs, because I think they're very valuable when we are looking for numbers. It just saves time. Down here, 1, we've got 2 blocks along here. 2 is actually a pair. 2 blocks along here, 2 in this column also, so there's a pair of 2s there. 3, 4, 5. 6 comes down and blocks this central column, so 6, 6, and 6. And 7 blocks down this column and across this central row, so blocking here, blocking here. 3 locations for 7. 7s can come in those places there. Does that leave us with a singleton 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have we done 8s? No, we haven't done 8s. Okay, so 8s, but 8s actually are blocked there anyway. Interesting. So 8s are blocked down here and blocked here, so 3 possible locations for 8. 2 possible locations for 8, sorry. There's an 8 down in this column already. I apologize. We'll make that a pair. There we go. And so that 2 is the only available number there now. And of course, now that I've written 2, I have to remove candidate 2 there, like so. Okay, that will give us a pair of 2s up here, so 2 along here, 2 along this row, 2 along this row, so we can write in a pair of 2s there. No, I do believe this is complete now. 6 4 6 1 4 6 8 7 4 7 8 7 2 7. Okay, yep, that looks good. Along here, missing numbers are 1 and 6, but we don't know which is which, so we'll just do this. And along here, 1 can go anywhere it wants to. It has a Schengen visa. 2, we have already 3 4 5 6 blocks these 2 squares here only, so 6 can appear here, here and here. 7, we've got already 8's blocking that one again. Really? Okay, 8 along here, so 3 locations for 8. 8 can appear here, here and here, leaving, I believe, a single 1. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, indeed. So we can fill in a 1 here, and this was a pair of 6 or 1, so we know that's a 6. Okay, let's get rid of the candidates that we don't need, so 6 and 1 can go in this segment now. 6 and 1 can go, okay. Yeah, it's looking quite nice. 6 and 1 have gone here now, and so 5 is the only remaining number that we can fill in, leaving us with a pair of 1 and 6 here. That's looking good. Okay. Yep. Yeah, this is turning out to be more interesting than I thought, actually. I do believe it is a good puzzle. 1 across this bottom row and 1 up this column here means, actually, I take that back. 1 is already in this segment, right? So 1 can't appear here. 1 blocks this square here, so 1 is a pair here and here. Okay. Next missing number is 2 in that segment. 2 blocking up here, 2 blocking across there. So 3 locations for 2. 3 we have. 4, there's a 4 in this column blocking these 3 squares, and there's a 4 along this row blocking that section, so 4 can appear like this. 5 we have already. 6 we have. 7 comes along this row here, and 7 goes up that column, so 4 possible squares with 7. 8 9 we have already. Okay, so 1 and 7 here. So we've now completed all of our candidates. So what we're looking for, things like this, where we see a 1 and a 7 together in the same, 2 things. First of all, in the same segment, right, 1 and 7. When we have 2 squares that have only 1 or 7, we know that 1 or 7 cannot appear either in the same segment or in the same column. Okay, so I'll get rid of the 7s here first of all. Let's just quickly do that. And then we'll bring this down and see that once this 7 can't exist anymore, leaving us with just an 8. And now that we've done that, we had a 2 or an 8 here, so that's our 2. And the 2 or 8 we remove now, so that's our 7. Hope that made sense to you. Now the 8 that we filled in here, we can bring back up and understand that's a 6, and that's our 8 now. And when we bring the 8 down, we'll see that 8 can't exist. 8 is going to be here. That's got to be a 3. The 1 we filled in earlier, we can bring up. That's our 1, and that's our 4. And now we've got a 4 in this column. We have 4 or 2. Remember, we already crossed out the 7. So now we have either a 4 or a 2 here. Can't be a 4, so it's got to be a 2. Now the last remaining number in this column is 3, so we'll fill that in. Here we've got a 3 and we've got a 2 in this segment already, so that's got to be a 4, hasn't it? Okay. Now that we've got a 4 here, we can bring it back along and see that that 4 can no longer stand, leaving us just a 6. So put the 6 in there. The 6 can't be anymore, so that's a 1, that's a 6. Now the 4 that we overwrote here was actually part of a pair, so we can fill in the 4 there. There are no more 6s in this segment now that we've got a 6 here. So 2 7 2 7. Are there any what's the word? I've forgotten the word. Anyway, intruding. Let's say yes. This 2 blocks this 2 here, so that can't be a 2. So that's got to be a 7, and that's a 2 there. When we bring 7 across, 7 is here, and that's our 1. Almost finished the puzzle now. Nothing difficult left, I should imagine. This 8, we had a pair of 8s here, so 8 must appear in that square, not this one. Let's look, there's one number remaining in this column. It's a 7, so we can fill that in there. 7 or 6, well, that's a 6, of course. 6 or 1, that has to be 1. That has to be a 4. 1 or 6, that's 6, that's a 1. And that's our medium level puzzle solved. Yeah, I think somewhere on the border between easy and medium. Borderline. I don't know, we should give these things scores from 1 to 100 or something like that. It might help. But anyway, whatever. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle, and I hope that it was to your liking. And remember to come back tomorrow and play some other Sudoku from The Guardian. Thank you very much. Goodbye.